Well, good afternoon, YouTube. Today's project on the Royal Enfield is installing this visor over my headlight. This visor was given to me by Olive and Emily Adventures, so you guys check out their channel. They have a couple Enfields. They're part of the Enfield ride group that I go riding with occasionally. And Mike decided to opt out and get one of the Royal Enfield ones that's a slightly different style, and he gave me this one. As it just so happens, I upgraded to the 7-inch light kit, so this one's going to fit perfectly, but it's a little bit of hassle getting those spring retainers out of there. So that's what I'm going to be working on right now. Forgive me, I had to have the fan on just because, not because it's too hot in the garage right now, but really it's the only thing to keep the bugs from settling on you. So let me get going here. So the first things first, popping out the headlight. Carefully take it out and take note of what plugs into what. Fortunately for me, I have a camera going right now. So I know the green goes on top, blue goes on that side, and orange on this side. And then there's another little one down here that is for the LED light bulb that I installed. So I'll just take that out entirely. And that's it. So when you get the 7-inch headlight from Royal Enfield, that's pretty much the reverse installation. The only difference is you got to spread these tongs out because of packing all the wires in your speedometer cable. I don't know if you can see that in there, but your speedometer cable is just too tight. So you have to spread the prongs out. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So we're about to sit down and do the most troubling part. All right, so now the most troubling part, and maybe the single most difficult part, is removing those retaining clips. All right, so a little bit of eye protection is called for. And again, I apologize if the fan is too loud. I'm going to try to have some music in the background here so that it's not too insane. So now the idea is to loosen the bulb from the ring. Because this is a sealed Minda bulb, well, it's not actually sealed, it's just a reflector. You can remove this piece. It's never really meant to come out of here. So there's a tab right here that helps you line up the headlight so that it's sitting at the right orientation. And then there's these retaining clips in here. And it's these retaining clips that are pretty difficult, so I'm going to go ahead and fight with the first one here until I get a methodology with it. So they're under a little bit of tension at first, so I push down on this little part right here, and that helps me separate it. Once it comes undone, it's fairly easy to pop them out. Now putting them back in, whole other story. And putting them back in while keeping the visor aligned upright is a whole other challenge, because right now I'm able to lay this flat and work on it. Once the visor's in there, I won't be able to lay it flat, and that will present an issue. So we'll get to that point. I've heard some folks say that they're able to install this without removing all of those tabs yet. I don't know if that's true, but I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I just don't see how. I suppose you could slip it in like this and slide it over. Alright. Apparently that does seem to work. Now again, this will be the tricky part. And that is keeping this all together forgive me, this is when my tongue usually comes out and I start really focusing. I come from a long line of Welsh-Irish people who find that poking their tongues out when they're working on things that they're trying to figure out helps them put things together better. So this is usually how that occurs. Quite lined up there. There we go. Is that about right? Oh yeah, that's gonna look sharp. It's a little crude, but so is the rest of the bike. I like it. Alright, so now that we have that part down, it's time to put these retaining clips back in. I'm going to try for the most difficult one first. Put one end in, hold it with your thumb right over that little tab right there, and that's what gets you in. So again, seeing how they're already in there, you place the W clips going just like this. Hook one end in, hold it down with your thumb, and use a narrow set of pliers here. And what you want to do is kind of wing it underneath that lip. And the more of them you get in, the more difficult it becomes. So just be mindful of that. Wearing eye protection does help here because these things could pop out like nobody's business. You saw how easy that other one went in. Almost makes me think I'm doing it wrong now. That one right there went in like a breeze. Let's try this one. Yeah, no such luck either. So I've had good success before putting my thumb down here and applying pressure on it while I'm pulling with one of these hooks. And what will end up happening is the closer I get it in there, the sooner the pressure from my thumb puts it underneath the lip as soon as that gets over. So if you happen to have one of these tools, fantastic tool. If you don't have one, just get a pick and bend it. I call it a booger picker. My father-in-law gave me that tool. He made it out of, I think it was an ice pick. He was a glazer and windshield repairman for a long, long time. And little tools like this were always important to getting the job done for him. And as often as he went through them, it was far cheaper for him to make his own tools sometimes. So that's what he would do. He would just heat it up and bend it, kind of sharpen it to a point, and then use that for just hooking in, kind of what I'm doing now. Just checking the progress, making sure the alignment's still good. I think it might be difficult, but you could probably move this thing around a little bit. But honestly, I think I have it lined up pretty good. We just have one more clip to go. the Enfield forums, and I saw some other people doing this, and they actually shortened these clips a little bit, which made it a lot easier for them to put these things in and out. I'm not seeing a need for that. Just not seeing the need for it. Not when you can get them in and out like so. And I mean to tell you folks, that's it. Reward myself with some coffee. Alright, so now we're going to reverse the process. I'm going to carefully wiggle this LED light bulb in here. Try not to break it off its post. And we're going to reconnect the orange, the green, and the blue. We'll hook our hook underneath the bottom. This right, it all pushes together. Relatively simple, relatively easy. You shouldn't have to fight it to get it up there. Hold it still until the clasp gets the bite. And that's it, my friend. Yeah, there we go. And just a quick test of the light. Perfect. The headlamp beam doesn't come on, it runs directly off the alternator, so it doesn't come on unless you're running it. So we'll go ahead and give that a start. Oh yeah. The light is working. Go. All right, so I hope that was neat and interesting and made it easy. And if you're someone who's looking to upgrade to the 7-inch light, it looks the part far more than the 5 1/4 that's regulated by the U.S. government. Actually, the 5 1/4 isn't really regulated. What it is, any bikes that are imported to the United States has to have a 2-axis adjustment, and obviously this one doesn't. It just plugs on. You got a slight slot over here and maybe another one on the other side. You could possibly aim the beam a little bit, but not much with the 7-inch, whereas the 5 1/4